everybody. Welcome to another review Ink and Pink Club. This week we're going to be talking about Book of Life because it's Day of the Dead, and you know that's just kind of what you do. So as always, I'm JD.
I'm Kyle, I guess.
And we have a special.
Hi, I'm Melanie. I'm filling in for. Well, are we talking?
Yes, you're talking, dear.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, Andy wasn't feeling too good, but anyway, I wanted to get someone else on this review as well, and as this movie is about love and such, I figured I'd get, the love of my life on here, so,
That's so sweet.
so Melanie will be joining us for this review. Yes.
Hi, I'm Melanie.
Yeah. Andy is also, dying, I think. I think he's dead. Kyle, I think he died.
Yeah.
Shit.
He told me to make everybody proud and to wreck you all with my penis.
Yes. Indeed. So, if you, what do I usually say? If at the end of this episode, or review or whatever, you liked it, please, like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, that would be awesome of you. So I think that does all the introductions and house cleaning crap, so let's get into this. Since I've apparently forbidden from describing movies anymore because, I apparently deliver it with no enthusiasm, I'm gonna let our special guest describe what Book of Life is about. So take that away.
Woo. Do I go now?
Yes.
Okay. About these two guys who want to bang the same chick, and they don't gang bang, so instead they're like, I'm gonna marry her, and you're not. And then the gods of the underworld are like, oh, I'm gonna make a bet that this dude's gonna bang her, and then the other god's like, nah, man, the other guy's gonna bang her, and it's this big competitive thing, and then shit goes down, and one guy dies and goes to the underworld, and he's got to make his way back so that he can bang the girl.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
It's very elegant.
Very. Oh, and all the while there's awesome music.
Yes. We will definitely be talking about the music for this. So this movie came out last year in 2014, and I'm actually really the more I think about it, the more I'm actually kind of surprised this movie ever got made, because the director Jorge Gutierrez, who some of you may know, created he created El Tigre for Nickelodeon a while back.
And not Mucha Lucha.
I think he worked on Mucha Lucha.
Did he work on Mucha Lucha?
Yes.
He did the Buzz on Maggie.
Oh yeah, he did. Wait, did he create that?
He might have done art direction. He might have created it. I don't
Maybe.
know.
Anyway.
Had huge eyeballs.
Yeah. But it's very odd that it got made, because it's even he said that a lot of studios for a long time wouldn't make it because they didn't think a movie centered on Mexican culture would sell. And I don't think it did very well at the box office, or I think it did okay.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. I love this movie.
Yeah, and then Hollywood was like, we're not going to nominate you for anything.
The Golden Globes did, but the Golden Globes don't matter.
What the fuck won last year? I don't
Big
even
Hero
know.
6, I believe.
Yeah, because it's fucking
Bullshit.
Disney. No, we were reading that they they anonymously surveyed people from the Academy, and they said, oh, they don't really watch all the animated films. They just kind of pick whatever's Disney or whatever their kids like. So, up yours, Hollywood.
Yeah, from what I read, nobody takes the animation category seriously.
It makes me really sad.
I mean, everybody kind of sees animation as the kids' thing, so it's whatevs.
Yeah. So, I think the first thing I want to talk about in terms of this movie is the arts. I absolutely adore Jorge's art style.
Jorge.
Yes, Jorge. Um, if you ever saw El Tigre, which was all 2D as opposed to Book Life is a 3D movie. Everything he draws is super. It's like very simple, but at the same time has so much little detail into it. He really takes that whole Mexican sugar skull, just the whole traditional Mexican art style, and turns it into animation. And I think it's very beautiful to look at.
Well, it's cool because if you've seen his like actual paintings, it looks exactly like his digital work.
Yeah,
He adds all those stupid little details and stuff in each character. I think it's cool.
it's
I've seen him do,
intimidating when I
like,
look at it.
yeah, I've seen him do
Also,
like
like hmm? Mhm. the movie starts out in like the real world, and then it goes into like being told as a story through puppets, and it's very believable with how they animated the characters.
Yeah,
They actually look like wood.
yeah, that was a really cool way to like kind of tell the story. Is that every character in the movie, in the story proper, is puppets. So they've all got like joint. You can see their joints and where they're screwed in.
Hinges.
Yeah, all the hinges and stuff. And it's a very interesting way to go about it, but I think it really works to the story's advantage.
Gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. Um,
So, and then like the art book is phenomenal. If you ever want to check out the art book, because it has all his hand drawn sketches, and it's just like mind blowing.
and that's a thing I think really was another credit to this movie is that everything up to that point, Jorge draws mostly in 2 dimensions. So, and a lot of it is very flat, and a lot of the characters,
it's very Picasso-like.
it is very Picasso-like, especially with a lot of head shapes he does.
Mm.
Um, but I think it translates really well into 3D the way they did it, because there's a lot of background characters that instead of having like a 3-dimensional head, it almost is like a flat 2D side. It's like a 3/4 view of a head that they just stuck on a body.
Yeah.
And
Well, I was reading an interview one time, and he was talking about like how difficult it was just to render everything, and how La Muerte from the female underworld lady, her hat is so huge that he said designing it and animating it was just such a process.
I bet me, yeah, she's
Yeah,
got.
people cosplay as her, and it's like Jesus
Oh my god.
Christ. And I
It's
mean, like it actually one for one looks like it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of cosplay from this movie, and a lot of it is really impressive with the construction of it.
That's awesome.
Oh,
I'm trying to find something on here, but I can't seem to find it. Maybe you know, but it was like a bunch of stupid trivia for this movie. It was something centering around the purple-haired kid. I
Oh,
think.
he's like Indian or some shit.
Oh no! What it was, I think, was they showed it was Jorge's kid or something.
Aww.
Like I think he made it his kid or something. His parent, he was one of the parents, like design. It was something like that. I don't know. I remember reading a shitload of trivia and I forgot about it.
that sounds about right. I think I was I was reading that if you like a lot of the background characters are like I think Jorge himself and his wife Sandra are actually are like background characters.
Yeah.
And like I think I was reading something like I think his wife was saying that the priest slash luchador character kind of looks like
Yeah.
kind of looks like Jorge.
Or like they had to go through her to okay everything, and if she didn't okay it, then they wouldn't use it.
Yeah, that's what I loved when we were going through the art book of this. Every like a lot of this production work has these little boxes at the bottom of it, and both Sandra and Jorge had to give their stamp of approval
Oh,
on it.
it's cute. Yeah, they had like an actual stamp.
It's a very detailed stamp too.
Yeah,
So,
it was funny.
I think
um,
it was cool too because I think El Tigre made a shitload of appearances in that movie.
oh yeah, at the beginning of the movie, there's this whole 2D intro sequence when they're introducing the puppet story, and it's, and there's a big crowd shot, and you could see Manny, Frida, and the grandpa character. Yeah, the grandpappy in the crowd. And I think it's hilarious. And they even had to credit them in the end credits. So,
You know, I never watched El Tigre. I have absolutely no idea
oh, I
what.
love El
Like,
Tigre.
Well,
I don't. I've
it
never
was
seen it.
kind of cool because around the time, I swear it premiered when Nacho Libre came out.
Nacho Libre.
Like right when it came out in theaters. I want to say it premiered.
Maybe.
And, that was around the time but it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
El Tigre about luchadors.
it basically El Tigre is about they're superheroes, but they're more like they're almost luchadors. They're like superhero luchadors, and it's just like passing the powers down through the family. And
Alright, why is every Mexican anything about luchadors?
because they love luchadors.
Like, okay, so we have
Like Jorge is fucking obsessed with lucha.
and El Tigre.
It's just
and Nacho Libre, and then there was a Jackie Chan episode where they meet a Spanish guy and he's a luchador.
Because it's just very integral to their society.
Like, what the hell?
It's just their culture.
Well, pretty much. But El Tigre was more about superheroes. It was the dad was a good guy, the grandfather was a bad guy, and they were kind of influencing him to be bad or good.
Oh dang, son, that's hardcore.
And the art style is like almost one-to-one like Book of Life, so everything has like all these tiny little details and everything, but it's like animated in Flash, so
Oh dang,
Yeah.
son.
it's a cute little show. But
Oh,
getting back to the movie, Mel, you had mentioned that you really like the music in this.
oh yeah.
Something like it was very strange that even a non-Disney movie in this day and age opted to be a musical.
Well, that's not strange at all. I don't think.
I don't
Everyone tries to do the Disney
Well,
thing.
well, because Disney still does it, but like Pixar hasn't done a musical. I don't know. Remember last time DreamWorks? I don't think DreamWorks has done one, but
Well,
what
for this, the music in this movie was an interesting combination of original songs as well as remakes. And
And
I
a-
was just- but-
a lot of their song choices for like the cover songs are very interesting.
yeah, I didn't know what.
Like
Yeah, like there's a fucking Mumford and song.
Yeah,
song,
there's like-
and I didn't know that was a Mumford
there's
and Sons.
there's a Mumford and Sons song cover. There's a Radiohead cover. There's a Bismarcky cover. But it's
Well,
all
also-
done in like mariachi style. So
Well, and what's really rare is that the same guy who did the voice for
Manolo.
Manolo, he also sang the songs himself. You know, sometimes they recast you if you're going to be a singer.
In the in the foreign dubs, yeah.
And then even even some of the songs like the "I Love You Too Much" song, they have a Spanish version of that, or
Yeah.
Mexican. Sorry, I keep saying Spanish. It's Mexican.
Yeah, that song's special, isn't it, dear?
Oh, I love that song. Oh, I love that whole scene. It makes me cry.
Yeah, so there's a pretty pivotal scene in the story where Manolo is basically pronouncing his love for Maria, and he sings this original song, and me being
So
and me being the super ham that I am, that was the song that I proposed to Melanie to.
no. And now I can't like hear it without dying. But even before though, like when we were in theaters watching it and like that scene came on, I was like fucking bawling because it was just so sweet.
It was pretty adorable.
Oh.
I love that song.
So I know
But-
Kyle feels the same way.
Lovely.
Kyle's just like, I'm totally a third wheel right now.
No.
Yeah.
Kyle's an integral part to this reveal. So let's see what else. I mean, I'm trying to think of other things that just to say, like, oh my god, this movie is amazing. Why haven't you seen it?
Well, you know, it's interesting because I took Spanish all 4 years of high school, and one of the big things was like my teacher wanted to teach us about, you know, Mexican Hispanic cultures, and a lot of, you know, themes and that. So watching Book of Life was really fun because I was like, oh shit, I learned that in high school. What? And so it's just very Even not having any background with that information, it's fun to follow and be exposed to that different culture.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. It does start kind of the whole movie kind of introduces you into like some deeper parts of Mexican culture, which I really appreciate it. As a white person who doesn't know shit about fucking Mexican stuff, but yeah, it really kind of explains to you in like really simple terms like what Day of the Dead is and why it's important, and explains to you the entire like Mexican view of the afterlife in really simple terms. Yeah. Honestly, when they actually show you the underworld, because during about midpoint through the movie, like the Lord of the there's two underworlds. There's the Land of the Remembered, which is like as long as your family remembers you on Day of the Dead, your spirit will live on. But if your family forgets you, you go to the lower level of the underworld, which is the Land of the Forgotten.
And you go to the Land of the Forgotten, and you're fucked.
Yeah, you'll eventually just wither away into nothingness. But
so they should call it the Land of the Fucked.
It's a kids movie, so I don't think you can do that. But yeah, but
yeah, we gotta spice up this review, guys.
Well, I just love the colors. Sorry, I'm trying to put this into words. The color scheme, I think, is really amazing. Because they have a different color scheme for every single plane of the existence. Where the real world is kind of like it's normal-ish colors, but it's a little brown. Kind of it's whatever. Then you get down.
And when you have a big fiesta.
Yeah,
means that everybody should just die right now because the Land of the Dead seems to be so much cooler.
Right. Yeah. When you get down to the Land of the Remembered, everything is just super saturated. Everything glows, and it's it's a giant party down there. And
for the fucking fiesta.
And then of course, go ahead.
I remember reading that George wanted to basically make the movie look like the art book because he said he was tired of seeing, the art books of movies, and it looked absolutely nothing like what was seen on film, and he had wanted to make it look exactly like that. Which it does. I mean,
oh yeah, it totally does. I mean, people have on Tumblr have put screen caps of the movie right next to the still from the art book, like the painting or whatever, and sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
Yeah.
And I think that's, actually an amazing feat of animation that they can do that.
Yeah. Suck on that, Frozen.
Now, I will say, of anything in this movie, if I had to nitpick, I really did not like the character, the Candlemaker.
Oh.
I like him as a concept, but I don't like his design because to me he didn't seem to fit in design-wise with everybody else. He looked like he was designed by a different person. Am I the only one who feels this way?
Babe, just be up front.
So.
Just be up front and say you didn't like him because his character was black.
I'm fine with Ice Cube.
I mean, I know.
And him saying it was a good day at the end.
Yeah.
Today was a good day.
Sure, babe.
This is him now.
Let's just be honest.
No. I mean, I liked his character. I liked what he did. Basically.
I loved it, man. He straight up looked like fucking wax. That was nuts. I just wanted to take my hands and squish him.
I mean, he's basically the god of their world, where he has this entire realm made of candles, and as long as your candle stays lit, you're alive. That basically means you're alive. So if your candle goes out, it means you died.
Oh man, could you imagine? I bet he's all warm and gooey, so you could if you're cold.
I mean, he does have a glow to him, so he's probably warm on the inside.
Oh, the fucking hot chocolate.
Oh god.
Blanket, just All right, sorry.
I mean, like I'm looking at him right now. He looks about right.
I
I don't know.
I don't know.
I like the bad guys. The bad guys were kind of cool, even though they were introduced way fucking late into the story.
I mean, physically they were introduced. I mean, they'd mentioned them pretty early on because basically there's this there's this whole subplot about like a gang of bandits led by this guy named Chakal or whatever, and they mentioned that like Joaquin's dad died fighting him years ago, and now he's coming back.
Yeah, I guess when you think about it, that is kind of random because you think the whole story is just going to be about the guys getting the girl, and then it's just like surprise.
By the way, because the reason they were having the bandits is because like Joaquin got this medal from Zabalba, the Lord of the Forgotten World. Zabalba. He gave him this medal that basically says as long as you're wearing this, you can't be killed. And Chakal had that badge a long time ago, and he wants it back. And him and his bandits are coming back, and
How
there's
do you
this.
know that Chakal had it, and like why would Chakal have that badge? Like why?
I don't remember exactly why he had it, but I know he did because he was looking for it, and that's why he was attacking the village. But basically, there's this whole thing about like Maria doesn't really want to marry Joaquin, but like he says that if she agrees to marry him, he'll stay to defend the town. And
Which it was kind of a dick move because Joaquin, he should have just been like, hell yeah, I'll stay. This
no,
is my hometown.
he was really kind of being a dick about it.
Yeah, what a dick. Well, that's Channing Tatum for you.
Charming potato.
Charming potato.
He's charming potato.
Jesus.
Because his last name is Tatum.
Also, I really want to talk about how fucking retarded the fact is that her name is Maria. I mean, talk about your fucking standard ass Mexican name. You got Manolo. I have never heard that name in my life. That's an awesome name. And then fucking Maria. Seriously? That's what like American people name their kids.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it was made by Mexican guy. So
It's
I
not
understand.
racist that they made it.
No, he needs a better name for her because that is such a lame name.
All right, well, you talked about Jorge about that.
I will. I'm gonna message him and be like, "Yo, I know it's kind of late, but change your name."
It's a year late.
You know,
A couple of years, actually.
just go back and redub it.
God.
No big deal.
But no, I mean, just all in all, this Book of Life is an amazing kind of movie, and I'm really sad it didn't get as much attention from the mainstream as it did. I mean, I know, like, fucking the internet is in love with this movie, myself included. But
Hey, so so there's a part of the movie where the dad ships Maria off and she goes overseas for a while, and then
Yeah.
the dudes are like, "I'm gonna wait for you, man,"
and then they sing the
That's
Mumford
it.
& Sons songs.
and then they're all like celibate, waiting for her. What if she comes back and she like experimented with everything? She was like aimed at chicks. She had like
Well, no, because
foursomes.
she got sent off to nun school,
Yeah, but I'm saying she fucking partied it up in Europe.
where she learned kung
And
fu
then they
for some
come back,
reason.
and then so she gets married to Manolo, and she's like this super crazy fucking like sexual girl, and he's just like whoa, and then he gets like crabs.
I think you were thinking way too much into a kids movie.
I don't know. Kyle's probably with me. Am I right?
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh. I love your one-word responses to everything today.
Or she's probably a lesbian.
Oh, God.
And then it's like, why didn't the three of them just get it on all together? Just have a threesome.
They're childhood friends, and that'd be messed up.
Oh. Or if Maria came back and she was like, hey guys, I actually met someone while I was over there. So
Yeah, that I do think. It's like, they spend, like, fucking 10 years waiting for this girl to come back. Who's to say she's not gonna come back and already have a boyfriend?
yeah, man.
They're presuming way too much.
And like back in that time, she could have got like dysentery and died.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing. They never really specified, like, what time this is.
She comes back to them like 10 years later and she's like missing an arm. She got like the plague.
This is getting sad.
They're like, you still love me.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I have anything else to say other than the fact that this movie's amazing and I need to rewatch watch it desperately now. But I think we're getting about at time. So what would you guys say is your final thoughts on this?
I don't know. I like the art direction. I mean, Ron Perlman's character that I'm not even gonna bother to pronounce. Really,
Shibalba?
yeah, that.
Balba!
Um, I like that he wasn't the bad guy, in a sense.
I mean, he's kind of a dick, but he isn't the bad guy.
He's not really
Yeah,
messes with stuff.
because I was expecting him to be the bad guy when I watched the trailer and all that,
Yeah.
but no, he's just trying to win a bet.
Yeah, he's a gambler, so.
Yeah, and then becomes cool at the end. He's like totally chill.
Yeah, and I mean she loved him too. I mean the I don't know, they were basically just good husband and wife. She got mad at him, that kind of shit. So I kind of dug it. I like both their designs. So she was based off of Sugar Skulls, and she was sticky and sweet and all that kind of shit. What was he based off of again?
He was
Tar.
just he was just made of tar.
Oh,
Tar
that's
and
right.
everything icky.
Because like
I
his
remember now.
face is his face has like that weird sheen on it. So.
Yeah, Kyle.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Well, one thing that I was reading too was, I don't think they showed it or they did. I don't remember, but they were saying that the candle maker was going to be the bus driver of the movie
That would have been funny.
because, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, the security guard for
No, you're spoiling everything.
Do it.
Well, the security guard was basically
Ibarra.
Sebulba.
Sebulba.
It was Sebulba, the pod racer. And,
He was the Bulba.
yeah, and then the lady was the.
The tour
Tour
guide.
guide.
Yeah,
So they wanted to
I
make the candle maker as the bus driver.
that would have been funny.
Kyle, did you ever see The Road to El Dorado?
Yes.
There's this part where they're standing above this crazy pool, like a whirlpool, and they're throwing all this gold into the water.
Okay.
And they go, and they go, Tusi Balba, and they throw all the gold.
They're
Tusi Balba,
they're sending gold down to him.
down to Mexico.
Well, they're in Mexico.
Well, that's Mexican god.
Yes, they're sending gold to
No.
Xibalba.
So there, Kyle. See this? We're bringing it all back to Tusi Balba.
Okay.
Anyway,
Oh, I was just into Shell, okay?
she was underage. Probably.
Was she?
I don't know.
What are we talking
Jesus.
about?
Anyway, Mel, what are your final thoughts on Book of Life?
3 thumbs way up.
Who's the third thumb?
I have 3 thumbs.
Yours?
Okay. All right.
Damn, you're really. Why are you so insensitive about it all the time?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
But
Anyway,
no.
Do you
good.
ever use the third thumb?
Kyle. Well, for movie reviews,
Oh, okay.
I just have to get it out just for my movie reviews. And then, anyway, it's good. And if you like love and fluffy stuff, then you should watch it because every girl wants a guy like Manolo.
yeah. Well
I
put.
don't want one.
Oh. We'll find you a nice man, Kyle.
We'll get you a Manolo, Kyle.
Anyway, so I guess that wraps it up for Book of Life. I would safely say we all recommend that you watch it. So there you go. Especially now because this will be coming out on Day of the Dead, or rather, I think. Anyway.
It's
Well, the Day of the
today.
Dead is today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So it'll
it
be.
depends on the region.
Quit pulling the illusion that we don't record these and immediately put them
So-
up.
You know where I took you guys to? Around in LA?
Yes.
Apparently they have like a huge fucking festival over
In
there,
Little
and
Mexico, where we got the churros.
Yeah.
Sure,
I love
it
that.
does.
That was delicious.
I've never fucking been, and I would love to witness the Day of the Dead celebration, but
That'd be
I had
awesome.
to work
So-
today.
Kyle, you'd be so proud of me. We went to this Mexican restaurant the other day, and I was talking about to the guy there how I just taught my students a Cinco de Mayo lesson, and I was talking about it, but I actually meant Day of the Dead.
And I kept saying, dear, you mean Day of the Dead. I said it like 5 times.
I kept saying fucking Cinco de Mayo and Sugar Skulls and celebrating the dead, and this guy kept just nodding and smiling and going with
He's
it.
like, dumb gringa.
Fucking gringa.
Oh, God.
It's pretty fucking funny.
And anyway, like I said at the beginning of the episode, please share this episode with this review with your friends. That would be awesome. We're trying to build a listenership. Just a little heads up, we are holding a contest of sorts on our Facebook page. When we reach 50 likes, Andy will pick 3 random people and draw you art. So, cool on that. In the description, there are links to our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. There's also links to our personal pages if you'd like to follow us there. So that'd be cool. So I think that does about it for this week. And I guess we'll see you on Wednesday for something. Some podcast. So.
We'll talk about not Cinco de Mayo.
Not Cinco de Mayo. So.
Talk about Thanksgiving cartoons. All the best Thanksgiving stuff.
We're going to do a month of Thanksgiving.
Yeah. How it's just culturally bad.
Yeah.
Well, Gary, our friend Gary said that today's the first day of Christmas, so.
I mean, it is.
Remember, it's the beginning of Christmas, so.
Anyway. Alright, well, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night. I love you all who listen.
I love you too much. I love you too much. Heaven's my witness and this is a fact. You live in my soul. Your heart is my goal. There's love above love and it's mine cause I love you. There's love above love and it's yours cause I love you. There's love above love and it's ours if you love me as much.